Facebook page, and I prearranged to go nowhere, and I'm just trying to prove it. So to spin my wheels, if I want to meet someone new, they hack it, and then they spam my email, my page with all these kids. So then they set up these people that I don't want as friends. They accept the friend request and alter my page. That way I spin my wheels with getting all these suggestions for kids. And then it's premeditated because who would take a picture like this? And I said that I saw all these pictures with masks on, and I know you didn't believe me before COVID. And then they're trying to cover for crimes and making it blurry so you can't see it. And this is how I'm able to talk to him on these profiles and on these pages. And it's one party, but I'm thinking that I'm talking to different people, and it's him. And the way that I knew it, because they were all peculiar. They knew things that I was doing and they shouldn't when I go to bed. Just like last night, I get a call to interrupt. When I'm doing things, they interrupt. Then they make the dates with me, multiple different people. And then when appear, it was just bizarre. And then they start arguments when he was mad. Because how do I know that they're starting arguments? Because they're arguing for things that don't make sense. They're just arguing for nothing. And then sometimes they're so desperate to argue, they will blatantly lie on me to argue. Like the lady, the reason why I recorded the lady with the group, she said, I won't be able to help you for nothing. Nothing happened. But people do that all the time. So I get nowhere. I have to scroll through kids. But I was getting nowhere before. The people were weird. They just needed another strategy to make it control it and make it bizarre. So with this strategy, I'm scrolling through kids to get nowhere. Then right here, more kids, someone normal. And then it's premeditated. Look at their faces. If someone says that someone's controlling my feed, you never believe them. So then someone normal, that's Keith Sweat, artist, a music artist. Middle finger again. Why are they all doing the middle finger? And then this one has a skeleton. No one takes a profile picture like that. I showed it to the Tasca police. He left because he knew it was something wrong. But I was showing him it was even more extreme before I started reporting it. It was flat out porn, penises, breasts, vagina. And Facebook don't let you take pictures like that. And I said, look at all this porn, cartoons with porn. That was their profile photo. Messages, flat out open messages. This, I miss you, and I flat out no debate about it. Someone putting a whole message on someone's profile picture, just words that I knew exactly what it meant. That was his strategy and avenue to communicate and not get caught. And then he can frame me whenever there was any accountability for his actions, which he's bought out the police department to make that impossible, as well as everywhere else, every other environment that I'm in. So he strategizes in multiple different avenues to never get accountability for his actions. Messages, like you see her chained, and then leave them. I don't know. This can't be for me because it's impossible. Yeah, that would be accurate, chained, to make it impossible. So I'm getting all these friend requests from people in some Korean, Muhammad, Alam Sek, a Chow, right here. So if you manipulate my friends list, and then you have people send me friend requests that you set up, knowing nobody would believe my story, I'm controlled. These are people that are sending me friend requests to enforce that I go nowhere. And then if I accept them and try to meet friends, that's one party. I'm getting catfish, and then I get nowhere. Is the point of it is just trying to prove it. So also people are adding in for trauma. People that have been weird and started arguments with me. Like people have argued with me when I wasn't there. That because they were staging conflict, people have argued with me over something they lied and said happened 15 years ago. So then that's thrown in my feed. So when I'm going through it, they're sending me these friend suggestions over people that were controlled and started arguments. Like, I had a friend at PNS Shelter that we were really close, and I didn't know what was going on with her. So she lied and told other people around the shelter that I stole her things. I got her things and would not give them back. What happened was I was on a program to where you paid rent and you didn't have to carry your bags around. So since I was on that program, I got all her baggage and kept it so she wouldn't have to lug it around. So she lied to everyone and told them that I wouldn't give her items. So I gave her all her items. And it was a con, so she got mad and said, I don't want this. You know I have to lug my things around. You have just said I stole your items. And she said, I don't want them. I said, no, you're going around bad mouthing me, telling me everybody else. And it was a good, she was kind of strange. I didn't know what was going on. She did some things that were kind of strange, but she was real nice. So she said, I don't want them. And she got mad and said she didn't want to take them. And then I went around saying, what's wrong with you in front of all the people that she badmouthed me to? You're saying that I'm taking your stuff and then won't give it to you. And I'm trying to give it to you and you don't want to take it. So since she was badmouthing me and said that I stole her items, I demanded that she take her items, and she further got mad. But the point of it was, you said you wanted them and I wouldn't give them to you. And now that I'm giving them to you, you don't want them. So, but this is how they stage conflict to argue these control people, and this is how these people in the feed that are now placed in the feed in my on this suggestion list. It was a lady that I told her that gave me the ice cream cone thing. She's in it, and she also, when I told her that I was fighting for my life and everything that was going on, and I was thinking about leaving the government, she said that she worked at this organization that could help. And then I said, oh, okay, at the edge of my seat. She said, okay, do you need some pads, feminine hygiene products? I know they have those. This is the party that gave me the ice cream cone. And this is who's in my feed. So when you go scroll through your feed, you're looking at kids and these people that have started arguments with you. So it makes the experience kind of toxic. That's who my friend suggestions are. People that have staged conflict and argue. But it's tricky to prove to people that someone is controlling what you see, who you talk to on these social media sites. That controlling what you're viewing on YouTube is not up for debate for me, because I would have these chats in my feed and he would be on them. And I did not know why he wanted to communicate with me on fake pages and how he was able to manipulate that. But here's the trick, the problem. I reported it to a task of police and showed him evidence when it was more outrageous and obvious what he was doing. The task of police left while I was talking, blatantly lied and said he couldn't speak to me because his body cam was going on. And then he said he didn't know why Facebook had all this porn and messages in them, these profile pictures. So he said he didn't know, but he had to go during my report. And I thought it was impossible for this man in Louisiana to control the police department. It can't be done. I mean, I can understand, this small circle where he's at, but he can't control a task of police. That's not really don't make a lot of sense. And then I've made multiple different reports to the police department. It's like they're covering for him. And then I've had police take my freedom in this same community, lying on me. And they said that it was something that I did, something I didn't do. And then it took my freedom, and then they mailed a case on me from nowhere when he was mad. But I'm just not getting it because I'm thinking it's impossible. Then I go to jail and I'm violated. Inmates are starting arguments and being rude to me and acting like they're mentally ill to start the arguments. And it was really out of control. And then they're acting like they're mentally ill and putting me in isolation after being threatened. Saying that first they said that I was the problem and it should have been on camera footage. Then their con was, we're trying to keep you safe by punishing you. So my whole jail stay was toxic. Then they withheld recreation. And then the party came in and started arguments multiple different times. She come in and I'm in isolation. The way that I know it's starting arguments, I'm in isolation and she say, I saw what you did to those girls. What? I'm in isolation by myself. I know what you did, and you'll pay. And she kept doing things like that, blatantly lying on me. And you're going to be in here a long time. They picked up that charge where you assaulted the officer and evaded arrest. I didn't do it. It was a blatant lie. So then they told me it was dismissed, and then they wouldn't give me any information on my case. And then she's trying to be funny. She said, "You want information on your case?" Yes, I do. They wouldn't give me any of the paperwork. They do this and all my false arrests. Okay. She said, "Well, they picked up the charges. It's really not dismissed." Then it was a PR bond that they wouldn't give me. I had a PR bond to get out of jail. That's basically kidnapping, but they would not let me out. That's probably why Diane Hammer got arrested. So someone called and gave them a tip. So now they have to be more controlled, knowing that you never believe my story and the tanks that they put me in. So I'm left there a long time before so they can prepare for my entrance. So they have to control the inmates, the guards, and everything to make sure this time it does not get exposed. Because Diane Hammer supposedly went to jail. So nonetheless, it's just all of this to inform you that way too much power is abused and my life is thoroughly controlled.